what strategies are used in the refugee camp and the host community. So these are some of the points that we delivered out. The first point was partnership with the local farmers. We have to collaborate with all our farmers who are working there with us. So in case you are stuck on a certain kind of maybe a crop, the other farmer may end up assisting you. Of the good kind of the seeds to be planted in that particular season. So the next point was school feeding programs. As parents, we end up taking our children to school. So we make sure we pay for our children food at school, such that our children they should be able to eat from school. So this one helps the family actually to balance the food. But another point is community-based initiatives. So this one helps us to make those kind of groups. So those groups helps us actually, in case like you have a group of 15-20 members in a group, one of the group member has a challenge maybe at home that you are lacking food stuff at home, the group members can say, let's contribute 5 kilograms and we give this person this week. And then the next week like that, another person of the group. Then we have cash-based transfers. As I'm talking on the side of the refugees, when you see the refugees now, they changed now the system of giving money. Sometimes others are getting theirs via Equity, others mobile money of Airtel like that. And this, the money being got, they can easily it can help them to buy other food items in the house. So we said also after harvesting, like when you have harvested 2 sacks of maize or beans, you end up maybe selling one, and you leave one at home for home consumption. When you have sold, that money may support you either to pay your children at school, and even changing diet. Because as a real home also you have to be changing diet, not only beans. They said that planting some crops like eggplants. Not only eggplants, but there are many crops that you can easily plant that can't take much time actually when to be harvested. Within 3 weeks you are eating. We also said digging in the wetlands. So there are periods actually in drought areas. You go and dig where these wetlands, you put there your small cabbage. You said also keeping some food. If you are used of eating maybe 3 times a day, and that one is when the food is there. And now when there is a reduction in your food during the drought time, so the rate of eating reduces. Then preserving some food and the next season. When you have like 1 sack, be also calculative. This 1 sack, can it push me to the next season? Because sometimes you may find when you have no other sources to get food, but what you have there, you can easily know how to balance it as a family. So, there are many points, but as a group, this is what we have managed to deliver from the refugee settlement. So not only that you are only on the best on the only refugee, but you also work hand in hand with the community, with the host community. Sometimes you find a family when you have no money. You've reached maybe a period where your children are already at school. Every time the head teacher of the school always calls you, you need school fees for your land. So you end up going to the friend you go to maybe the chairman, then you sign, you say, by this date I will end up bringing your money, or maybe with some interest on it. Yes. Then we have also got community engagement. You have to engage yourself several times in the community, maybe community works or any kind, maybe there is some kind of the meeting in the community. You have to engage yourself there. Then we said you are community-based agriculture. So we are saying promoting community agriculture. Like you make some groups end up hiring land somewhere, then you dig as a group. When you harvest, you know how you plan as a group for that particular harvest. Then we have market support. So we say community market support. Sometimes I have my products. End up maybe telling my friend maybe to pass my information that maybe I have the products for selling at my place. They use posters or like that. They say stopping selling food, because selling food in the bad times. So some of us we say, oh, we have harvested much, let's sell during the dry season again. When you are bad luck again, you begin crying. The next, reducing the amount of food to be eaten in a day. If you maybe mingling 10 cups of water, your flat is to balance the flat. We said planting greens or vegetables, this we explained it. Also using technology. Now when we have these phones, the smartphones, these ones helps us actually to know the next season which will start when. How long will this drought take us? Only buy your data, then you. Question 2, what are the barriers to implementation of the strategies above? People steal our products. If you not stay in your garden in the morning up to morning again when you are waiting, that's where even the thieves they get chance when you are going home. Poor preservation methods. Yeah, some of us we stay in the remote areas. We don't have enough skills actually for preserving our food that can last even for some good months. Lack of money or capital. Sometimes you may lack money actually to do something. They say too much rainfall spoils the crops. Too much wind also spoils the crops. So you end up even what you expected in the season you don't get. Some crops like Irish potatoes are hard to preserve. Poor market. Getting market for your produce also becomes hard. Most of the community have grown maize. Poor weighing scales from the buyers. These local buyers who moves with their weighing scales, because they end up tightening their weighing scales. At home you have measured your 15 kilograms. The 2 cups, because 2 cups makes a kilo. So we said price fluctuation of the product. You find that today the maize, they are buying the maize maybe at 500 shilling. Then the next, after the 2 weeks, you find that it's buying maize 2. Then also say that using technology is very expensive, like the using of phones. But at the same time they are very expensive. Like when you don't have the money, you cannot access. So people in the remote areas who doesn't have even to use these phones, they can't afford, because even buying data itself, you find someone, hey, you can buy from me at time. Ignorance from the farmers. Some farmers actually they ignore digging. They don't want to work. They want to eat, and that's why this after you don't want to work, meaning it will bring you back here. And now with always time for drought, it is when the rate of safety is too much. The one who steals, and these are the poor who can work. So those are some of the points that we try.